that wouldn't be such a big deal if it wasn't coming out of our own well. So yep, we got it done. Hey everyone, welcome to Patriot Ridge Farm. It's Mike, and I'm sitting here cycling the well. They came yesterday while we were birthing piglets and installed the well pump, the pressure tank, and everything. So it is now fully operational. It's about 260 gallon reservoir in the bottom of that well. So I have to cycle it a couple times, run some water out, let it refill, and tomorrow I'll do the same thing again, and then I'll collect my water samples to send off to have them tested. But from everything that I can see, now of course, water is one of those things. Everything that I can see, it's almost perfectly crystal clear. It's ice cold, of course, you would expect 220 feet. It has no smell or any, foul odor to it. And I mean, I'm really tempted to take a drink, but we got to get it tested for bacteria, coliform, E. coli, and also for arsenic and anything that may be dangerous in it. So, of course, I'm going to have to sit here and wait for those test results to come back, and I'll collect those tomorrow, and then I'll send them off Monday to both labs. I'm going to send one to Penn State for the agricultural department. That's through the USDA, and then the other one's going to go to UL Laboratories for broad spectrum testing for potability and everything like that. So if it's safe and this well produces as well as we're hoping it will, we'll be running this to the house next year. And they set the frost-free hydrant there, and I'm running it right now, just cycling the water. And I got the electric run out here off to the side of it here, so when we put the high tunnel greenhouse in, then I can have electric to it as well. I got the final grade on the utility ditches there done today. Got it all cleaned up and everything. I'll just throw some hay down on it. Standing here with the mountains behind me. Got the hollow down there in the bottom. It's been hot and humid the last couple of days. I'm sure it has for just about everybody, but I know it's been bad here. And I did get some grass mowing done today. I've been adding to my compost pile here. And so every time I mow grass, I sweep it up, dump it on there, mix it all up, and let it just set and cook. And once we get the certification for the well, once we get the test results back, they'll come up, they'll deposit the money back in our account. Then we will go ahead and order the greenhouse and hopefully get it done by this fall. I mean, I don't expect to be planting in it this year at all. Really didn't anticipate doing that at all. What'd you do? Did you find a bee? Oh no, you got your collars on. You went past the line. Invisible fence for the dogs. They've been misbehaving a little bit, so they've been having to be put back on their collars so they don't get into a mess here. So yeah, I hadn't planned on building anything or planting anything in the greenhouse this year, but definitely get it up, get it ready, and I can go ahead and get my my soil prepped and everything and have it ready for next year when planting season rolls around. So, all right, costs so far. So the well itself, drilling the well and putting the casing in, $6,915.44. Now that is 220 feet of well. That's here in my part of West Virginia. So we went ahead and paid that, and now we'll wait. They will send us another invoice for the well pump and the pressure tank and the frost-free install and stuff, and then we'll pay that. And then when the USDA comes, they get the results back from the water. They'll come in, certify it, say, yep, you met the requirements, it's done, and then they'll turn around and deposit that money back into our account. And then once that money's back in the account, we'll go ahead and order the greenhouse and have it on order. And then once we meet all the requirements for it, according to their specifications, then they'll come in, certify it, and then reimburse us the money for that. So yes, you do have to put the money up front. I was lucky enough to be able to retire or borrow from my retirement to be able to do this year. But like I said, as soon as that money comes back and we're reimbursed for all of it, then what doesn't go back to the greenhouse, we get reimbursed for that. I'm going to turn right back around and put it right back in my retirement and pay it back, and that way it's done. So I'm anticipating about probably another $4,000, give or take, maybe less. I don't think it would be much more for the well pump, the pressure tank, and everything else. So I know what they allotted me. I think we're still going to come in under what they allotted me, the total for it was, or what the total for it will be. So there'll probably be a little bit of money left over. Now, I did find that on taxes that if we do claim this, there's a couple different programs through the NRCS, USDA. They're called EQIP, and they are usually typically certified as conservation programs. So on your taxes, you claim that as income, but you show it as a capital expense. So that way you're not actually physically being taxed on that money. So, you just kind of have to play the numbers the right way to show that, yes, we did receive this income from the NRCS, even though we paid it up front. They gave us this money back. We show it as income, but it's a capital expense for conservation, and we're good that way. Now, I'm not 100% on the particulars here, but I do believe you have to have at least 5 acres or a minimum 5 acres to qualify as a farm. And if you do have that, then you have to go to the Farm Service Agency, the FSA, which is part of the USDA, and register your farm. And the only thing that is they pull your farm up on a map, they assign it a number, your farm is registered with them. Then you fill out just basically demographic information. If you want to apply for like these programs, and it's basically just your demographics and a statement saying you make less than $900,000 a year. And then you can qualify for a lot of these programs and stuff. But like I said, the EQIP program, EQIP, it has like the high tunnel greenhouse. I'm not sure about the well, but that may fall under it as well. I'll have to double check on that. But hey, that's, not to steal any thunder from any recent movies, but that's the sound of freedom right there to me. That water running and it coming off clear, that's one step closer to total freedom. And we get the high tunnel put in. So hey, we had baby pigs yesterday, we got bacon seeds. We're able to reproduce bacon. We got water, and we'll have the high tunnel. We're already growing our vegetables over here in the raised beds, but we'll have our high tunnel, and we can extend our growing season. We can start a lot earlier and take it a lot later into the year, and even produce a little bit of income for the kids off of it, and with the chickens as well. So, and we just started with our breeding program and stuff that we're going to start with the chickens and everything. There's all kinds of opportunities out there, and that just every step closer to that total independence, man, it's just it's sweet freedom. Because that's less dependence that I have on public utilities and that kind of infrastructure and stuff. Now, to go solar, and I've touched on this before, it's just not. Solar isn't efficient enough for us to do complete off-grid, and the cost is just way too high. Let me tell you, if it would work for us and we had the sunlight hours per day, I would 100% go for 100% off-grid, just without hesitation. But the problem is where we live, this part of West Virginia, we don't get that many sunlight hours per day as per the solar calculations for solar power and stuff. We get some, and I could do a small system to run like the greenhouse, the high tunnel and stuff like that, and I may do that in the future, just to kind of offset that and have a separate power source, like if everything would go down. But we do have a standby generator on our house and stuff, so though that is still attached to natural gas, if we have a little bit of solar as a backup to at least run refrigerators and freezers and stuff like that, we would still be good to go, because we've got the wood stove to burn for heat and everything. So having clean water, man, and able to grow our food, like I said, this time next year, I am 100% set on at least 80 to 90% of my food coming from this farm. I don't want to get food anywhere else. If I do, it'll be 100% local. I just went and bought, some steak, some beef and stuff, local butcher, local slaughterhouse. And as soon as everything commercial is out of our freezers and stuff that we've bought and stocked up on, everything from that point forward will be all local. And I'm not going to go outside of anything else. I don't care how good the chicken sale is or how good the ground beef sale is. It's all going to be local, and it's within 5 miles of me and right across the hollow from me. That's the way that I'm going to go. And the kids are going to be really happy when they realize that the pantry doesn't have all of their favorite stuff in it, because we have really started cutting way back on a lot of the stuff that we buy for them. And we're transitioning more into a more local, homegrown type stuff. And I'm not going to make my kids vegans or vegetarians or anything like that. That's not the point. What I'm saying is that my kids, I don't want them eating anything out of a box. I don't want them eating anything with a big brand label on it or anything. I want them right here solely. That's my goal. So they may not be happy in the beginning as they get a little older and they have good health and they don't get sick and you know, everything that typically comes along with eating today's crap excuse for food, then you know, they'll understand it as they get older. Unfortunately, we get old too fast and wise too late. So that's why I'm busting my butt now trying to get as much done as I can, and that way, you know, we're set, they're set, and they can just continue on when I'm done. So lots of joy the last couple of days having the piglets birthed here. We were right out there 100%. The kids were involved in it and everything. And I mean, my little girl, 5 years old, buddy, she was playing the midwife. She was right in there with mommy getting it done. And I couldn't have been prouder. And getting the well done, man, I tell you, so much closer to that freedom that I've been seeking so desperately to get away from this crap. And all since the pandemic started. So, you know, we're 3 years into it. And what I look and see what we've done, I mean, other than having some egg laying chickens, since the pandemic, we've now got a meat bird process going. We're raising birds on the pasture. We're processing them. We're eating them. We're selling them. We got a farm business. You know, we got a well now. We're getting a high tunnel greenhouse. We got paddocks built. We got pigs. We got successfully breeding pigs. We got egg laying chickens that we're successfully breeding. And we're working on breeding our own, hopefully our own, a breed of dual purpose birds that we can raise for both meat and eggs. And look, if you want to do it, you can do it. You just, the only person standing in your way is you. You want to make that decision and you stick to it, you'll get it done. All right, going to cycle the well one more time, and then I'm going to go in and get cleaned up and have some dinner. So yeah, thank you guys for the subscriptions. Give us a like, leave us a thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever, however you feel about it. Leave us a comment, tell us what you're doing, what your goals are, and hopefully, you know, me doing these vlogs on here and showing you guys our progress and giving you the information that we're finding out, I hope that helps you or helps somebody, you know, along the way. And that's the whole purpose of all of this. So as usual and as always, get and stay prepared, stay free. God bless y'all.